Hey Gemini, it's your girl Belladonna Krishana here with your mid-month reading. So, first of all, I wanted to say I apologize for my delay in putting videos out for a couple months. I've been really busy, but we're here now, and let's just move forward, right? So, I went ahead and pre-shuffled cards. I'm using actually a new tarot deck, um, and yeah. So let's go ahead and do this. So, first card you have in the deck is the universe, which would be equivalent to the world card. Um, there has been something that has happened in your life that has been completed. If we're talking in terms of a relationship, this is very much speaking to perhaps something sort of cumulating. You've reached a point in a relationship where it's time to actually make a choice. It's time for you to see where this is actually going. If you guys are single, this could be in sort of a non-exclusive, intimate relationship, and how it's time to move forward. It's time to either kind of shit or get off the pot. Um, if you're talking about a job situation, you're kind of starting to feel an itch. And the itch is like, am I going to get a raise? Am I going to get promoted? Are we going to, just kind of continue things as is? Because I need something better for my life. Hold on one second. Sorry, my dog started barking. Anyway, so if this is in terms of just kind of in general, you feel like you need to change within your life. And the reason why I say a change, because the next card is the change card, is the actual change card. And so you guys are kind of feeling sort of an itch within your lives in general, where you're like, it's time for me to go. So, next card that comes up is the Devil card. Now, this could speak of a Capricorn or Earth sign energy that's in your life. This can also speak of perhaps not being seduced by past circumstance, not being seduced by feelings of inadequacies, not being seduced by sort of the past way you would have done things prior to all these shifts and changes that have happened within the universe, or within the world, or within your personal world. Um, and it's also got you feeling a little bit lost. You don't really know what the way forward looks like at this moment. And that's going to become relatively clear to you during this Mercury retrograde period. One thing to remember, however, is, and I have the King of Songs here, one thing to remember is the fact that you are the master of ceremonies, that you guys actually have a lot of tools at your disposal and you guys are very efficient at using them. And so if you just remember that, then this card kind of gets obliterated. So you guys become a lot more clear about what your purpose is. Um, there is this space here of uncertainty. And the space of uncertainty is here. Sorry, it's my dog in the background. um, the space of uncertainty is actually really important, because it is from here where you create all those types of new things. You get inspired by new things. It's not a bad thing to be uncertain. Um, it is just kind of clear at the fact that you guys are in this sort of, you guys are air signs. And so you guys are very much in this air energy. And in this air energy, it's like, I need to be inspired in order to move forward, that type of thing. So I'm going to draw a couple more cards here so that we can kind of delve a little bit deeper into this. Give me one second. Okay, so, like we talked about the uncertainty card. So I pulled three more cards. It was creation, the Queen of Flame, and effort. So the creation card comes up next. So again, the place of uncertainty is where you can actually have space to be inspired in order to make forward movement as to wherever you're going to go next. So the creation card is actually a really good card to see within this next month period. I imagine during Mercury retrograde, probably towards the end, you're going to find this really important space that is going to be a place where, for people who are actually artists, you guys might start actually creating new things. For people who are, not artists and just kind of working in the everyday, you guys are going to be in a space where you're going to start figuring out different ways to work that is kind of smarter and not harder. When it comes to in terms of relationship, you guys actually might get into a place where you might consider, this might be a card for people who want to get pregnant. This might be a card of which people are starting to try new things within the relationship in order to create a much deeper connection. Um, so this is what this card is about. Now, the Queen of Flame. I don't think this is you. I think this is someone around you who kind of carries a sort of you can kind of see that this card is someone who's a bit younger. And so someone who carries a bit of like a younger energy of sorts, and somebody who is a little bit hard to please. We have the Capricorn card that came up earlier. I feel like maybe that might actually be, that could actually indicate that person as well. This can also indicate, it's the Queen of Flames, so it could be like an Aries. I feel like an Aries energy that's in your life that is kind of maybe pushing you harder than you really want to go right now, in one direction or another. This could also indicate somebody who, it could be you, and it could be your kind of, the uncertainty kind of bringing you to a place where you're a little, what's the petulant, where you feel a little petulant, like a petulant child, a little bit, a little impatient. Impatient in the impatient in the uncertainty, impatient in the sort of feeling a little bit lost and not feeling like things are moving forward fast enough. And they're not going to right now because, like I said, Mercury retrograde is starting tomorrow, the 16th, and it's going to go till about tomorrow, either tomorrow or I think the 17th, either like 16th or 17th. Anyway, Mercury retrograde starts. So in the next month, you guys are going to be in this sort of slow winter phase anyway. And so, if you guys get to this place, just remember, that this is also important too. That this kind of place where kind of go through the feelings is, it's kind of like what I think about when it comes to making art, for example. When you start making art, you might get frustrated because of the fact that it doesn't look exactly like it does in your head, to begin with. I'm a makeup artist, and a lot of times when I'm doing to people's faces, what will happen is you start with the eyes. And, the eyes aren't necessarily, they're not done, they're not corrected. You don't have lashes on yet. You don't have these things on yet. So it could look crazy in the very beginning, right? In the very beginning stages, it looks really crazy. And you won't know really what it looks like until it's done. And then a lot of times when it's done, it's a effing masterpiece. So you really just kind of need to really be patient with this process right now. And then the last card we have before I pick let's look at the bottom of the deck, is the effort card. So it's going to take a little bit of this feeling of stagnancy, or this feeling of uncertainty is going to take a little bit of effort to sort of move through. If you are fans of like law of attraction, I would really kind of look at doing stuff like that, or even sort of making a list of the things that make you happy or the things that inspire you, and getting, ideas about how your new life is going to look, because the beginning of the year, for the first 3 months of the year, is going to be clear of any retrogrades. I mean, there's always planetary shit going on, but like it's going to be clear of this sort of retrograde energy that we've been going through, like us just getting out of Venus retrograde and stuff like that. So it's going to be a lot clearer. And it's going to be sort of like full steam ahead. You just have to be ready and prepared. And in this time of uncertainty, in this time when you feel like a petulant child, in moments, um, just really focus on what the next path looks like and prepare yourself. Because what you don't want to happen is you don't want to end up being in a place where things have just started and you're not ready because you've been sort of like pissing around, you know, and sort of like angry that things are so stagnant and that you're not moving yet, you know. So anyway, let's look at the bottom of the deck. The bottom of the deck is the abandon card. Now, I don't think this means that anyone's going to abandon you. I feel like in relation to the rest of the reading, this basically means that you need to sort of abandon all preconceived ideas and preconceived notions that you have about what things are going to look like based off of your past experience, because you're in a brand new place right now. You started with the universe card, which is essentially the world card. So you are in a brand new place right now. So just kind of, abandon that. Also abandon fear. So whatever fears you have about where you should be, or who you should be or whatever, abandon fears in regards to that, because you can have anything you want. Okay? You can have anything you want. This whole brand new phase is a really brand new phase. And with that, we'll go ahead and end this reading because my dog decided to start barking again. Okay, talk to you guys soon. Bye.